Dear athletes, I would like to welcome you to this video about how athletes' values might change over the athletic career. In this video, we will discuss about the values that athletes prioritize when they start their participation in sport and how their priorities might change as they progress to a more elite level. Values refer to desirable goals that motivate action and serve as standards or criteria. Once developed, values are rather stable constructs. However, during our lifetime, the values which we prioritize may change. For instance, when we transition from childhood to puberty, we give more priority to freedom and independence. In this sense, the priority of values in sport may change too. So, let's see how athletes perceive values at different stages of their sport involvement.
It seems that the value in which children give the highest priority is fun and joy. Most athletes report that when they start their participation in sport, it's all about enjoying the sport and being with friends. Sport participation is mostly seen as a free time activity among many other things that they do on the side. Children don't care much about the position they get in competitions. They are not comparing themselves to each other, and their goal is to enjoy playing the sport rather than winning. It's a way of gaining pleasure, relax, and meet new friends.
The most important thing for me is to have fun, to have joy around, to run and jump.
And also being with my friends, meeting up with lots of friends.
When I was a child, I was very vivid and active. My parents tried to find a way to channel and focus my energy, and they enrolled me in a gymnastic club. My first coach was a great person and an expert on training young but not elite athletes. So I experienced practice as a game that was fun and as a pleasant time with new friends. I was soon identified as a talent, and I was directed to work with another coach taking the chance to take part in competitions. I remember my first official competition as if it was yesterday, because for me it was a new experience which involved me at the same time the participation of my friends, the joyous suspense of my parents, the enthusiasm of my coach, and the attention of the audience on me as I performed my exercises. Winning the second place on floor exercise, the urge of my coach to congratulate the first and the third winner at the medals award marked me deeply in a positive way, establishing the value of respect to the winner as also to every participant and everyone's personal effort.
But the priority of values doesn't remain always the same. Athletes' priorities shift somewhere along the way, and then value priorities begin to change.
I think that values change over time for all professional athletes. Everyone approaches sport early on because it's fun and one likes it, but later when the first successes come along, in addition to enjoying it, you start thinking that you want to become someone in that sport.
As athletes' sporting career progresses, the expectation to achieve results increases, so excellence in performance and dedication and commitment seem to be the most important values. When athletes start to reach the top levels, they start putting more emphasis on performance, they train many hours a day, and sport becomes their work. At this point, the will to win is greater, and the most important thing is to perform well and achieve the best result. What seemed before just a dream, achieving the top, now is a possibility. So athletes become more competitive and ambitious and start thinking about winning, earning money and prizes.
But then, as my career progressed and I got into the higher classes, the more important it became which ranking I had and how successful I was.
As you get older and you get to know how win feels, you become more and more competitive.
So far, we talked about the values children have in sports when they are first involved and about what competitive athletes value the most. But this is more complicated than that. Values are not a simple list of guiding principles. They form a system with attached priorities, and these priorities change over time and from one situation to the next.
As I grew older and I started participating in international competitions, there was a beautiful feeling representing Greece. As a teenager, there was a period of 5 years in which, although I knew I had the potential, this wasn't reflected in competitions. I made use of these years working with myself and also working hard and with enthusiasm at the gym, seeing every past failure as a lesson. As I grew older, I also realized that I didn't compete to outperform anyone else, but my main opponent was myself. With dedication, patience, and patient persistence, I continued working. So my focus now was to improve myself and express finally on competitions the best I could, something that also was already done but only in training. This attitude resulted in starting to gain my first winning on another level of competitions, a finalist in World Championship, medalist in European Championship, and become an elite athlete for 10 consecutive years with successful participation at a European, international and Olympic level, reaching somewhere between the Triple Crown. Lastly, I would like to point out the significant contribution of my coach, who even when we reached to the top, he continued to develop, remaining a lifelong learner, which I believe was infused in me as well.
In summary, younger athletes prioritize fun and joy as the most important values for sport participation, while elite athletes prioritize excellence in performance and dedication. However, although the priority of values may change, it is important to stay focused and stay loyal to your core values.
Life is a cycle, and sport career in the end can last many years between training and competitions. Values do not change, but they can transform to something else that in the end is coherent with the early choices and values.